Welcome back. We're in for a sweltering summer season with air conditioning units around the country, of course, always going into overdrive at this time of year. So higher energy bills, that's always a part of it, unfortunately, unless you can stop and think and actually think about how you can stop some of those harsh summer rays from entering your home. We're talking about some new energy-saving technology in blinds and awnings with Jenny Brown, National Marketing Manager at Luxaflex. That's part of our segment today, Jenny. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
But we also want to talk in window coverings, because you always get to that point in your home you think, should I make a change to kind of old blinds and ratty curtains? So I want to talk about some of the trends in window coverings at the moment.
Okay.
Let's start colours.
Colours.
What would you say, are some of the biggest trends at the moment?
Oh, look, colour's one of those things that constantly changes. We've seen this year the biggest impact of colour has been the real move towards the grey tones.
Greys?
Yeah, lots of shades of greys, muted, earthy tones. It's really been one of those things that you see a gradual evolution.
Yeah.
So we've had a number of new product introductions this year that really have allowed us to bring out things that consumers really want. So we've, from some of the neutral palettes, you know, we get the inspiration from a lot of the earth tones in Australia. So earthy, muted browns. We've got some of the beautiful shades of the whites that bring in some of the stones and some of the sort of colours.
You have to react, I guess, the building materials within the houses as well.
Yeah,
if people are starting to use a lot of timber, then that changes the colours you want to use.
Yeah, I think the industry all works together so that, you know, it doesn't matter if it's your floor coverings, it's your cabinetry, it's your stone bench tops in your kitchen or your bathrooms. You know, window coverings is one of those things of colour influence in your home. And Australians are very conservative when it comes to colour. We like to go safe and we like to go for a lot of neutrals. So a lot of the neutral palettes these days have now moved towards these more muted, dusky colours, blues and the greys.
Because someone in the control room is saying, these all look the same, these colours. So how do you kind of make the distinction between, like...
Well, gravity's a good one. That's where you get your dark charcoals and your really dark, strong colours, and you can really make a statement.
But Pluto looks like the rest of the ones we just saw. So, I mean, how do you distinguish, you know, by using this grey, I will get this effect, and this grey, that effect?
It's very subtle. I mean, there's like 1,000 colours of white. So it depends on whether you want a warm tone or a cool tone or a shade of, you know, more the earthier tones, the greys, the muted blues. That's where we're seeing the palettes go. But, you know, with over 400 fabrics in the colour range, if you really want to pop a colour in your room, we've got it as well. So there really is something for everybody.
And I imagine it depends on the space. If you want a warm, you know, well, you tell us, you're the expert.
Look,
warm versus cool, etc.
Yeah, I get asked this a lot. Like, if I've got a tight, small space, should I use something that's like quite light so it doesn't overpower? But it really does come down to personal choice and the style that you're going for in your home. So darker colours can be really great in a translucent because you can see through a dark sheer. So if you've got a view on the outside of your home, you might actually want to go for a darker colour in a screen sort of fabric so you actually can maintain your view.
Exactly. It's not always solid, is it? We're not talking about solid...
Like colour is influenced by light, and the light plays through the colour in your windows. So when you've got a dark colour, it can be very strong and dramatic, but it allows you to get the view through. A lighter colour can create a nice white glow and make your room feel really bright and airy, which is beautiful, particularly in a small space. But it also makes it very glary. So if you're right on the ocean or the water, you can get a lot of glare through a white colour, which is why people go for darker. So there really is different solutions.
And layers. You've got layers and layers and layers and layers.
Yeah, use of dual colours, like dual rollers and dual fabrics, you know, putting a block out with a translucent and a sheer. And
so that's okay, is it? Doing
absolutely.
You know, the roller with the blinds coming across as well. All of those things are shears.
Yeah, it's dual light control. There's a lot of different ways that you can achieve that with window coverings, because what you can do is you can actually put a block out with a sheer. That's a great example.
Bedroom's a great example, isn't it? We want to block it out sometimes.
You want privacy.
I mean, that's two roller blinds together almost.
Yeah, it's called a dual roller blind. So
it's so fashionable, those roller blinds.
It's actually the biggest selling product category in Australia. We sell so many of them, but there's so many other solutions as well that give you the ability to do dual layering. So a duet product that we've got, a duet duo light, you can put a sheer with a block out. I've got them at home in my fantastic. So
it's the options. Gives you all the options that you want.
Yeah, this one's beautiful. I love this. It brings some of the texture in. We haven't really talked about texture. Very fine, subtle textured when you get into some of the fabrics, and when you see it in your home, and it creates a much more earthier feel. So it really comes down to the style and the mood that
that's the large panels that slide across.
Yeah,
so that's the option.
Glide.
Yeah, panel glide. It's like a giant vertical.
Like a giant
vertical blind.
This one actually is you know, some of my favourite really large roller blinds. But any of the fabrics that you can put them on a roller blind, you can put them on a panel glide. You can
And they
put them
are
on a Roman
different. I mean, it's hard to see in the photos, but they are different textures, are they? They've got, you know, some bumpy. I don't know. How do you explain them?
Well, I mean, really, the easiest thing is to go in and have a look at them because it's shown on camera.
So you can have the texture through. Even though all the roller blinds, as I said on the photos, are the same texture, it's part of it
This
as well.
fabric's beautiful. It's actually got a really open weave to it, and it's beautiful, really sort of natural feel. So if you're going for them, all those sort of beach styles or the earthy sort of looks, you can get that really natural look in the colour palette, and that's very natural.
Great stuff. Blinds. This is one of the issues in my house because we have a 1-year-old with very dirty fingers. We've talked about white couches and the problem. It's also a problem with blinds. I think I am not updating these blinds. Or maybe you've got dirty teenagers. Any stage of life. You know, nice white blinds.
Kids, balls, dogs, kids.
Dogs, exactly.
But you clean these things? Is it?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, if you've got young children coming into the house, it's a perfect time to actually do new blinds for your home. And there's a number of reasons why. I mean, you were talking the other day when we were chatting off air and was saying, you know, you're worried about the cleaning. Well, we've got DuraGuard fabric protector added in the manufacturing process to a lot of our textiles. We've got our own textiles factory in Sydney. And the DuraGuard means that it stops the grotty fingers. So, you know, kids go up and touch things. You can just wipe it clean. So a lot of people were going, oh, I just don't want to upgrade it because the kid's going to trash the blinds.
Or
the dog. Or the dog. You don't have to worry about that these days because the DuraGuard fabric protector means that you can just wipe them clean. And it's also a great time update because child safety is so important.
I was about to say, you can't help but think about child safety with blind cords.
Absolutely.
So what's happening with that now to stop dreadful hangings?
Look, you know, it is actually legislated in Australia. It's not retrospective, so there's a huge number of houses that still got blind cords out there. But, you know, our modern Roman shades is a great example of an innovation that Luxaflex has introduced into the range where there's no cords on the back of it. There's no cords.
So like this one. So
like
how do you open it?
How do you do it?
Well, there's a number of ways you can motorise them. Motorisation's the ultimate in child safety because there's no cords anywhere. The back of the modern Roman, you can see it there, it's got no lift cords. So this particular design product doesn't have those cords that go through the blinds
and become just so dangerous.
And then you've got, you know, different operating methods. So as I talked about motorisation, but light rise is a great one as well. It doesn't have the lift cord. You know, when you raise the lift cord and you end up with a big dangle of cords?
Yes, messy.
Well, get rid of, you've got light rise, you just touch it by the bottom of the blind and it goes up.
Into the cartridge.
Pull it back down by hand.
Oh, that's a great idea.
There's lots and lots of choices these days.
I love the idea of doing it with my phone. I love the idea of having my
because this is the next big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, look, if you really want to have the wow factor in your home, go home automation. Now, people used to think home automation was expensive, and yeah, back in when it was first introduced, it probably was, and out of reach for a lot of people. But these days, if you want a wow factor, you can get very cost-effective motorisation across almost all the different product styles that are available, and the apps allow you to actually control the blind with your phone. So I can sit here now, pull my phone out and actually log into the app and put the blinds up and down in my house.
So if there's a hailstorm coming or if there's a really hot day.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it limit you to 3 products? You can buy this one, or this one that's motorised?
No. Well, because most of our blind categories these days, we can add motorisation to them. So that means that we're able to do it. So if you want something that's soft and beautiful and colourful, you can have that motorised. If you want something contemporary with clean lines, you can have that motorised. And because we've got such a vast collection of colours and fabrics and choices, there's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of choices. You're no longer limited to only one particular style
I guess,
or look.
having said hundreds and hundreds of choices, you can't even give us a clue how much it would cost to motorise.
Depends on the product, to be honest. So,
it's just,
you know,
well, where does it start if I had a single blind?
Look, you can add motorisation for about $500, and it depends on what type of motorisation you're going, because there's battery ones these days as well, because a lot of people go, I've got a really old style house, I can't run electrical wiring to my windows, there's not even an option for me. But now you can get battery ones, and there's no electrical cost. So it makes it really cost effective because you've got long life batteries that go in these blinds and you don't have to run them.
And you're saving money on the heating and the cooling.
Well, that's a huge one.
Is the big topic that we wanted to talk about. We just said, you know, it's coming up to summer, you've got the stinking hot sun on the way. Yeah, energy saving. You want to save money from energy bills, from your electricity bills.
But you also want that shade from the glaring sun, so...
I think one thing that people underestimate is how much of an impact all the glass that you have in your home is. We love the outside
more and
view,
more of it.
and we build these houses with these enormous windows, and Australia's notorious for these beautiful big windows because we've got such beautiful views. But that means that we've got these big holes in our houses letting all the heat in.
Yeah.
So window coverings, shading your homes, a product such as I do at Arcatella Menage, you save up to 49% of your winter heating costs by applying a product like this. It's huge cost savings because it's got a layer within a layer within a layer, 5 honeycomb little pockets, and it creates that's it. That's the
insulation. It's just
and it's insulation. So that particular product is the best insulating product that you can buy on the market in Australia. It's better than anything, and because it's all custom made to measure, you have a really neat, tight fit into your windows, so you're not actually allowing drafts through, and that is actually going to save you a lot of money because when you think about it, you're running your heaters all winter to keep your home nice and comfortable, or you're running your air conditioning all summer and you're using a lot of electricity. So not only is it good for the environment, it's going to save you a lot of money.
And of course one of the best things is to just keep the sun off some of those windows as well from the outside, so things like awnings.
Yeah. Look, if you're really serious about energy efficiency, we recommend always stop the sun hitting your window because radiant energy, that's step one. Put an awning on the outside of the window. If you've got a west-facing home, you really on those windows because you let so much heat in, and there's so many different styles and solutions these days.
The word awning sounds so daggy.
It does. You think of those old canvas style things.
Exactly, but it's not so.
No, they're really modern, and you know you can have so many colour choices, so many different styles. You know, because you can actually have them up or down when you need them, and actually have them over a window, or you can enclose a patio or an outdoor room. We love indoor-outdoor living in Australia, so the ability to have something that can enclose an outdoor room as well is something that's really, really beneficial.
Yeah, we love having the big open bifolds stepping onto the deck, but you know you have that problem of the roller blinds that you pull down over the bifolds and you knocked your head on the way out.
All the louvers. The louvers are the same. You can't pull the blind down over my big louvers.
You know what? A lot of people I've seen, we've gone to the indoor-outdoor living and we've got these beautiful big stacker doors or the big slider doors, and people are putting products that go up and down over those doors. So what it means is you've got to spend all the time getting all your blinds up so then you can open your door and then you walk out.
Yes.
Well, products that go side to side are much more practical for those, and they're just not given consideration. That's the beautiful Luminette Privacy Shears, an absolutely stunning product. It's like the best of a blind and curtain. That's the Modern Roman Shades Traversed product. It goes side to side, so you can have the same fabric that goes up and side to side. And
I love the upside down ones.
Yeah, that's the top down. It's top down in duet.
It's a flash, but to me it's upside down.
The upside
Isn't
down
that
blind.
a great idea in the bathroom? So you still get the light.
Privacy.
Fantastic for privacy. That being absolutely claustrophobic.
Yeah, well, you think about it. The sun comes through the windows and it comes through at an angle. So you actually want to shade the bottom of your window, not the top.
Yeah.
But you don't really want your peeping neighbours to look through while you're in the bathroom, but you still want to let some light in.
Yeah.
So that's the product's fantastic. Really, really fantastic.
On this show, though, we talk about whether things are lifestyle choices or whether they're investments, and that sort. You know, you kind of always have to distinguish. You want to know. I mean, some of this stuff could cost you a lot of money, couldn't it?
Absolutely.
So, are you making lifestyle choices? Can you try and justify it maybe as making an investment into your home? Or?
Look, I mean, you buy quality and you're buying an investment, and it's because when you buy a product such as the vast range that Luxaflex has, you're actually, the energy efficiency gives you a payback. I mean, because of your reduction in your heating costs. But also by creating a wow factor in your home. If you're looking to actually sell your home at some point in the future, when you put quality products, fixtures and fittings in the home, that is actually of value. You know, ask any real estate agent. People want to know the quality of the fixtures and the fittings. But we walk in and we look at these places and we go, that's got great. You know, I love the appliances, I love the finishes, I love the look of it. It's really got a wow. Putting motorisation in, as I said,
that's the wow.
That creates the wow.
You can imagine that would be such a selling point. Such a selling point.
So look, it really does add value to your home. You know, it's hard to say to put an exact dollar value on it because everybody's homes are going to be different. But you know, if you invest the money in the right rooms in your home to create that impact, it's going to make a difference.
All right, just to put everything together, how would you advise people, what are all the things people need to think about when they're thinking about updating the window coverings?
Oh, look, there is a very long list. We always start with, the first thing people think about, the style, the aesthetics, the colour. How does it look? Really, really important. How do you want your room to feel? What do you want it to do? The function, how's it going to operate? Does it go up or down? Does it go side to side? Do you need to access the windows or the doorways? So the functional aspects of it, really important. Privacy. We all live in these high-rise buildings these days, or we've got our neighbours on our doorsteps. You want to be able to really enjoy your home and not have an issue with privacy, and choosing the right type of window is going to let you achieve that. Energy efficiency, as I said, Luxaflex has got the best range of the product on the market with the Luxaflex Duo Architella Menage. Nothing beats it. And if you're serious about energy efficiency and environmental considerations, this is definitely something that has a return. So, and as I said, today, technology and innovation, it drives everything. Most people probably don't even know what's available on the market, so go and have a look.
I know, it just changes all the time, doesn't it? You do have to
it's exciting.
Get out
Go
and
have a look and talk to the experts.
Jenny, great to have you. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having me. It's been great to be here.
We always learn so much from these types of segments. From Luxaflex. Thank you.